Good morning, pregame crew. How are ya? It is Tuesday, May 23rd, 2023, 6:21 a.m. Mountain Time, 8:21 a.m. Eastern Time. Good morning. We have data in 9 minutes. Thank you, Bob. I appreciate it. I'm going to say hello to my friends, take a few chart requests, and we'll officially get started in 9 minutes with indices, commodities, crypto movers and shakers of the day. What I do between now and then is get my TA muscle warmed up. Good morning, Shake and Bake. Hey, Marvin, Keith, Renaissance Man. Hey, Bennett, Greg, Whitney. Congratulations, Bennett, on that trade. Good job. Hey, Night Truck, Tuscaloosa. RJ, Card Lady. Hi, Tess. Hey, Lisa. Hey, Topher. Ed, Casey, Josh. Hey, Homebody, Mal, Sam, B-Hawk. Chris or Fernando. There's a lot of you this morning. Hey, Basque. Sandor, Dave, AO, Mary, First Rule Jam, Coda, SpongeBob. So glad to have SpongeBob here. Where's Patrick? Good morning. I'm going to go back up to the top. Let's see. Any chart requests yet? If you have a chart request, just drop it in chat. And I do want to let you know we have a free webinar this Thursday by Jungle Funk. And here's the link right here. It's just a YouTube link. You don't have to watch it live. It'll be there after he's gone live to watch that. And he did the most likely scenarios with using multiple time frames at the last webinar, the multiple time frame analysis. And here's most likely scenarios. And I think it's going to be another, as he calls it, banger. That's some young jargon. Goog, okay. Hi, First Rule in Canada. Okay. I always trade Goog L if I'm trading Google in general, because Goog L has more volume. Let's look here. You have 29 million here. 35 million on Google. And the options spreads are a little bit tighter on Google. Just a little side note. Let's go to Goog. That's what you asked for. 127.05 is your resistance. You got a bull break yesterday over Friday's high without a lot of follow through. Bulls are looking a little tired. I would like a top fish against 126.45, and I love a top fish against 127.05. If the market's ripping faces off, I would back away from this idea. Hey, Norma. In Mexico, Roblox. I bet it had a banger day. No, it didn't. Yesterday was a growth day. Why didn't it have a good day? That's a problem. Daily inside bar yesterday, resistance 40.66 and support 39.23. You're resting on the daily 8 EMA. Bulls are looking for a daily higher low relative to 37.95. Got a double bottom at 39.22, 39.23. If the market is super bullish today, you could look for a bottom fish of that 39.22 level. Not saying it would work, aiming to nail that daily higher low. Is that Arbitrum? Do I need to know? Oh, there it is. Okay. Always give me the ticker if you can. Third hourly inside bar, price is getting pretty tight. Daily is slamming up against the 21 EMA. You have a next resistance up at 12147. 4-hour inside bars. I'd be a more comfortable bear up here against 1.199 than a bull with the size of this upper wick. Okay, so the question here by Coda Blue. Why does Dan use the 5 and 5 pivots and EMA 12 and 26 as his setup? Dan is very successful in trading, and he started using the 12 and 26 in crypto because part of Coinbase, we used to trade, I think it was GDAX, but on Coinbase, the 12 and 26 EMA are your default EMAs. And it seemed as though crypto was very sensitive to those EMAs. And he got very accustomed to using 12 and 26. So he switched. When I met him, he was using 4 and 8 EMA, quicker EMAs. So now he uses slower EMAs, 12 and 26. I am an options trader primarily. So let me show you. I use the 8 and 21 EMA here and here, and the 50 and 200 simple moving average, because I like quicker signals. I want faster signals, a quicker heads up that, hey, this could be changing direction. So that's why I use 8 and 21. And so it's interesting the person who created this particular indicator, where it's basically a pack of all these indicators, so you didn't have to waste your package on multiple moving averages. He combined it in one, and this was a TCG member. So he had lots of people using 4 and 8, lots of people using 12 and 26. So he has them all on here, and you just toggle what you're looking for. So that's why I use that EMA. And then on pivots, good question, by the way, I use 3 and 3 here because I just like to see more numbers. It just makes me not have to hover as often. So if I switch this to 5 and 5, it shows me if you see that number went away, that low right there. So I just want to see more pivot levels, so I don't have to go fishing for them. So that's why I set mine to 3. Okay. Google, the same thing on GOGL that I said about the other Goog, is that it's looking a little tired up here. We got a bull break without a lot of follow through. I'd like a top fish of 125.64 or 126.43. Ritso, I would not know the answer to that. Ritso wants to know, are Asian and Japan stock markets a better buy opportunity than US stock markets? I don't follow those closely, and I should not speak to a matter if I don't have the proper knowledge. And I definitely don't have the proper knowledge for that. Hey, Jessica, good morning. Okay, I will go over Bitcoin. I go over it every day, unless I forget, which that's happened before. You is coming up against the daily 200 MA. Your next resistance over the high of yesterday is 647. This could prove to be a decent level of resistance, this daily 200 MA overhead. You have plenty of room for a higher low compared to yesterday's low, 596. So the more conservative play here is looking for a long relative to yesterday's low. That's the more conservative play. The more aggressive play is for bear play against 647, that high of Thursday, May 11th. Okay. Hey, Charlotte. Good morning. Hey, Jeremy. AI is bullish, super bullish. It's over the high of yesterday. Daily bull flag is confirmed. It got over it yesterday by 11 cents. I wouldn't say that was convincing, but right now in pre-market, this is convincing. So they did issue a warning about, no, they didn't issue a warning. Didn't they pre-guide up or something like that? I don't remember. But they do have earnings Thursday, June 1st. That's next week. Please be aware of that. Back burner. This is one of my Queen of the Mountain setups. AI back burner. First 5 minute oversold. That's what I'm looking for. PLTR seems pretty serious about 1180. PLTR, daily bull flag underway. It's green this morning, holding these EMAs just fine. Bullish chart. Nice little squeeze forming as we go sideways in consolidation. Yep, Jorge, I go over NASDAQ every day. Yeah, Zoom doesn't look too good after earnings. Let's get started on the show. How about that? Officially. Where am I? Here. Hi, good morning. Welcome to the pregame show. This is who I am. I'm Chart Gal Lori, and I am part of the Chart Guys community. You're going to give me a follow on Twitter. That'd be lovely. And before you exit today, if you could hit that like button, if you get any value whatsoever out of this show, I would appreciate it. So every morning I go over indices, commodities, crypto, movers, and shakers of the day. I go over the economic calendar. We just had some data come out, building permits. If I switch this, it'll update. Building permits just came out. Oh, that came out at 8. Why did it say 8:30 earlier? Weird. It came out at 8 a.m. We have manufacturing PMI at 9:45. We have data at 10 a.m. So lots of data. And I like to make note when we have data after the market opens, I don't like to position myself too early ahead of data because data can change things. So just be aware of that. We're pulling back pretty hard here. So this is my table. This is a table that I use just to convey to you objectively what my thesis is. And we're still leaning bullish. Pullbacks are for buying until bears prove otherwise. And I analyzed my losses from last week and even yesterday. I looked and I'm like, what am I doing wrong? Because it seemed like I got off track a little bit. And it's because I was going counter trend. I am a much, much better trend trader because when things are in motion, they tend to stay in motion. So if we're going up, I need to be focused on bullish trades. If we are pulling down, I need to be focused on bearish trades. So when I look at my gains for the last week and yesterday, it was all the bullish trades. When I look at my losses, it was all the bearish trades. So counter trend trading and being a contrarian can sometimes work, but most of the time it blows up in your face. So just be aware of that. So today I come up with 75.5 on our bull meter and 53.5 on our bear meter. Pullbacks are for buying. Sure, Greg, you could do that. You could set your stop on a stair-step break. That's always prudent. So overall, looking bullish. Apple looks weak this morning. It's still below the EMAs on that hourly chart. 4 hour was an EQ. So let's get started with ES. And I have my notes off screen. I copy and paste those for TCG members only. So we have, let me show you our community. So this is our community of all of these lovely people. So if we go look at trade review. Last night, I took some time and I was reviewing the videos. We have members that do videos on their trades. And Mountain Mark, he showed his improvement over the last 30 trading days. This is his P&L, making higher highs and higher lows. And he went over a video on what he's been looking at. And I thought it was pretty profound. And I love when anyone says the same thing we all know, but says it in a different way. It's pretty interesting. And he's had his success on staying with the trend. And he's been trading NVIDIA and just watching for these pullbacks to break. These pullbacks here, he just draws these trend lines. And when the candle breaks the high of the previous day, that's his sign to enter a swing. And it's been working. Look how long it's been working. And why is he being successful with this? Here's a couple reasons. He is going with the trend. Number one, he's going with the trend. And the second thing, which is super important, and I think we don't talk about this enough, is he's giving the stock room to move around. We have to recognize that stocks are going to go where they want to go with the least amount of people in that stock. So if NVIDIA wants to go up, it's going to go up. And it's the goal is to go with the least amount of people possible along for the ride. It bucks people off left and right. Why? Because people don't give stocks space or ETFs or crypto to move around. Why? Because of fear. It's fear, emotions. You can read Mental Game of Trading with Jared Tendler. It's the emotions. It's that negative emotion we get when we see red in our account and we don't give time for the play to develop. Does that mean you don't use stop losses? No, you use stop losses. Do I make a habit of asking myself questions and then answering it? Why, yes, I do. So I went through a business lawsuit with these doctors that I was working with, and we got sued by a corporation basically for putting a McDonald's across the street from a Burger King. That's the everything in a nutshell, free enterprise. And I was so upset over this lawsuit. It just tore me up for about a year and a half. And I told my sister-in-law at the time, I said, at Christmas, I'm like, it's just been an awful year. It's been terrible with this lawsuit and distractions taken away from business. And she's like, what's the worst thing that can happen? They gonna eat you? Spit you out? No. Well, don't worry about it. That's the same thing with stocks. What's the worst thing that can happen? You get stopped out. So what? As long as your risk to reward was clearly defined before you went in it, Who cares? A stop is a stop. It's not a reflection on you as a person, as a bad person who got stopped out. So that's my preaching moment for today. Give stocks space to move around. All right, now let's get back to ES. Preaching is over. Dollar is moving. I normally have the dollar pulled up on another screen. Yeah, it is moving. It's very bullish. It hasn't impacted the market a ton, though. Dollar has not had a huge impact. So we have a potential daily bull flag on ES. So I have to start with a more likely scenario. Now, typically in a bull flag, this is what we look for. And I like to go over these rules here and there. Must hold EMAs. You want lower wicks on the candles. Bull's buying dip. You want 1/3 of the pole. Let me number this. Price should hold 1/3 of the pole. You want declining bear volume on consolidation. So I can spell, I promise. Declining. Okay. That is some big writing. That was from yesterday. Okay, so this is what we need for criteria for a bull flag. Does ES meet the criteria? No, it does not, because we have upper wicks here on these candles. That's not ideal. Bears are selling into the pops. Do we have declining bear volume on the consolidation? I would say yes, we do. So we're holding the EMAs. Check. Price. I said I can spell and I messed up that one too. Maybe I can spell and I just can't type. So price is holding 1/3 of the pole, yes. And declining bear volume, I would say yes. So it's just number 2 that's the problem here on this daily bull flag. But in this scenario, I'm going to give deference to the bulls. The bulls have favor and they've been in favor. So that's where I'm going to stay. Then I go to the 4-hour and we have an EQ. We got a tiny higher high by $1. I'm not calling that a bull break. You could call that a bull break, but for me, this is just sideways EQ. Price is holding 50 RSI. That's bullish. We are consolidating in time versus price. What does this consolidation look like? Let's see, do the math. We have pulled back 0.88% from Friday's high. That is not a major pullback. That is healthy consolidation on the 4-hour. However, on the hourly, it's a new ball game. We're looking for a lower high. If I don't consider this candle here a true pivot, which I don't, we did not pivot. We just broke the high of the prior candle, but it wasn't a pivot where bears said not so fast, we're going to turn it around, or bulls said not so fast. That is not a true pivot. So we're looking for a lower high compared to 422275. So how we bounce and how we break out of this 4-hour EQ will be important for the rest of the day. Same thing with NASDAQ. We are looking for an hourly lower high. 4-hour is in an uptrend, clear uptrend. However, on the hourly chart, it pulled back a lot more than what bulls would like. I need to update TradingView to make sure I can see chat. Did I hit start? Yep, I did. 1 second, y'all. Okay, I want to make sure everything... live chat's not pulling up for me on TradingView. I don't know what's going on. So if there's any questions, Jason, if you could put it in chat, that'd be lovely. My computer is frozen. Everything is frozen. All right. Okay, now can you hear me? I think I got it, y'all. My computer crashed. Absolutely crashed. Okay, I'm going to go really fast because I have already put y'all through so much. Okay. Perfect. Okay, let's go. Let me go fast now. Okay. On ES, we have a 4-hour EQ looking for hourly lower high. On NASDAQ, we are looking for an hourly lower high as well. In my opinion, pullbacks are for buying despite this hourly setup because of the 4-hour bull flag on larger time frames. Yay! Yay. All right. So on RTY, we have a little 4-hour hourly bear flag that broke bear. Bulls are trying to save it here. RTY really put on a show yesterday, and this is a potential 4-hour bull flag. If you're looking for bull plays, I would look for growth names and IWM because they had a beautiful day yesterday. Y'all are so funny. Yep, this is the first time this has ever happened. Okay, so RTY is bullish. If you're looking for bull trades, that's where I would go. If you're looking for bear trades, I would look at YM. We are in a 4-hour downtrend. ES is in an EQ. NASDAQ is in an uptrend. RTY is in an uptrend. YM is in a downtrend. It's definitely not as healthy as everybody else. Bulls are struggling on this one, majorly struggling. Let's see, is that some bullish divergence there? Yeah, it is on RSI. So did we make a lower low? Yeah, we made slight lower low, but not in RSI. So bulls are fighting right here at the daily 50 MA on YM. I cannot believe I got this up and running again. I'm in shock. Okay, dollar is super strong. It has not impacted the market yet. We are right here at resistance on the daily. This looks like a potential daily bull flag. All right, VIX is having a little bit of a pop. Yesterday, we had that fake AI news, and that impacted the VIX. VIX spiked on that fake AI Pentagon bombing, and then we pulled back drastically once it was proven to be a hoax. So I would look for a lower high top fish on VIX. Green eggs and cam, I look for first. So if you have a stock that's been running hard, you look for first 5-minute back burner during regular trading hours. So first 5-minute oversold. Then once that one has passed and if it bounces, great. And then your next setup on that one is 15-minute. And then your next setup on that one is hourly, looking for the daily high or low. So you just keep pushing. Once the 5-minute, it kind of goes like this. You have the 5-minute, the 15-minute, and the hourly. And once the 5-minute back burner's done, it's done. You don't look for it anymore. Then you wait for first 15-minute oversold in regular trading hours. Once that's done, it's done. And then you move to the hourly for the first hourly oversold, looking for daily high or low. So that's how you play back burners. All right, Hang Seng was down 1.25% overnight. DAX was down 0.27%, and that made bearish ticks here on my table. And I love that 200 of y'all just kind of hung around anyway. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate it. Okay, Bitcoin. Bitcoin's bullish. And I've been learning from Dan, or studying under Dan for 6 years. And it's like every time it just blows my mind how he's just on top of things. I like to say that, or think, I like to think that I am on top of things and cutting edge on technical analysis. But of course, he will always be better than me because he has so many more years of experience than I do. And he called that Riot yesterday. I was looking at Riot and I made the comment in the room, Riot is bullish here, and Bitcoin was not moving at all. Bitcoin was flat as a flitter and Riot was running. And that was a heads up. When every time the miners do this, MARA and Riot, when they run without Bitcoin, that has been a heads up on a potential Bitcoin bullish laggard play. And I had the thought yesterday, but it didn't fully develop in my head. And he covered it. He wrote about it in the chat room yesterday and today, I believe, about how that was a nice heads up for a potential Bitcoin laggard bull move. And man, that was a great trade idea, great setup. Love it. So Bitcoin had a bullish night last night. Potential 4-hour bull flag. Ethereum, potential 4-hour bull flag. Daily got over resistance. We're still below the 50 MA. However, Ethereum is slightly more bullish than Bitcoin. Gold, speaking of smart people that I get to work with, Joey Jungle Funk, he mentioned yesterday that when we've had the debt news here, when the debt ceiling, when we had bearish news that, hey, they may not come to agreement. And McCarthy said something that was kind of shaky yesterday and made the market pull back sharply, and gold popped short. In the short term, it popped. So just something to keep in mind. If we get headlines out of the White House that they're not making headway on the debt ceiling, maybe look for a quick gold flip to the long side. So overall, gold, flat as a flitter. There you go. QG is a mini nat gas contract. It should be following nat gas. When I trade QG contracts, I don't even look at the QG chart. I just look at NG. If they're diverging ever so slightly, it's probably just because of volume differences, not because there's major differences in nat gas. If you're trading oil, I would look at nat gas. And if you're trading QG, I guess it's a great practice to look at that one as well. So on gold, we're still bearish. Double daily inside bars broke bear, but we're not breaking the low of 1954. We got a double bottom there on the daily. Let's see what the bulls can do with this. Probably not a lot. We're in a weekly downtrend, daily downtrend, 4-hour downtrend, hourly downtrend. 15-minute is bouncing enough to make room for higher lows. So that could be a decent trade idea, is to look for a daily double bottom hold, looking for a 15-minute potential higher low against 1956. Silver this morning, I noticed this bullish divergence on RSI. Do you see this? RSI did not make a lower low, even though my drawing makes it look like it did. It did not make a lower low while price did. That was a little heads up bull divergence on silver. We're in a weekly downtrend, daily downtrend, 4-hour downtrend, hourly downtrend. 15-minute has bounced enough for a potential higher low here on silver, but silver is weaker than gold. Okay, oil. Oil has potential 15-minute bull flag. We have API estimates after hours. We are on the struggle bus up here at the daily 21 EMA. It has been resistant since April 14th. It has been resistant. So bears are going to continue to short this as long as it works on that daily 8 EMA. So bears will be waiting at 73.58. It's me, I'm bears. So potential top fish on the daily, looking for another daily 8 EMA rejection. It doesn't mean it will happen, but that is what I would think a prudent top fish area. Nat gas. Derek, I scared you. I'm sorry, Nightbot edited you. Crap should be allowed, but it does not like curse words. Okay, nat gas is bearish. We got the weekly higher high, but we do not have a weekly trend change, and bulls are giving up the ghost here. You have support at 2322, and we hit 235 overnight. This is put up or shut up time for the bulls here at the daily 50 EMA and daily 21 EMA, and bears will be looking for bounces to short. I'm a much more comfortable bull down here near 232 than I am a bear. All right. Apple, daily 8 EMA, holding. Well, let me go back to my notes. Relatively weak yesterday on the downgrade. Red in pre-market. Daily still healthy. This is what you want if you're a bull. When you have a chart that looks this bullish, you're sitting on the 8 EMA, and you're consolidating sideways. Good job. You'd rather consolidate sideways and consolidate in time versus price. This is not a big consolidation. We have not reached hourly oversold. If we do, let me set an alert here. I want to know, because that would be a buying opportunity in my opinion. Tesla 5-minute oversold. I don't trust oversold bounces in pre-market. Now, Tesla does have a ton of volume in pre-market. Historically, it always has great volume in pre-market. It would be an odd change up for it to not have volume. So this one is a little more trustworthy in pre-market, but I don't know that I would take it. I'd wait for it to open. Yeah, it's given a lot back. We are right here at resistance. You have a resistance from April 17th of 189.69, and we rejected from there yesterday. So bears have a clear level to top fish on Tesla. I'd love a 15-minute oversold during regular trading hours on Tesla. Let me go set that alert. And why am I saying 15-minute instead of 5-minute? Because we've already had 5-minute in pre-market. We already had it. So I want 15-minute during regular trading hours. Okay, this will make it easy because I know y'all are all really busy and I've already made y'all behind. But AI, ARC, IONQ, Roku, and PACW are all back burner watches. So let me put this here. So these are my Queen of the Mountain trades. If the market's bearish, I like Google for potential top fish. And then every other trade I'm looking at is bullish because like I started out with, I want to stay with the trend. AI, ARC, IONQ, PACW, and Roku had ridiculous, redonkulous bull days yesterday. So I just want a piece of the first 5-minute oversold here on AI. On ARC, it was up almost 5% yesterday. IONQ, up almost 22%. Let's set those alerts while we're here. AI is getting close, but again, I want it during regular trading hours or I don't want it. Got that one set, that one set. What did I do? I thought I just set ARC. I'm losing it. Yep, you do run the risk of missing the trade, and that's okay. I just smile and wave. JOMO, joy of missing out. I don't have to catch every wave. I just need to catch a wave. I don't need to catch them all. PACW is already set. Perfect. Okay, so those are the ones I'm watching for bullish in Google. Potential bearish trade looking for a top fish against that mid intraday level of 125.65. 125.65. Let me set my alert for 125.50 when it gets close. And that's where I would look for a top fish on Google only if the market is pulling back. Okay. Phew, I made it. Now all my charts are going to be messed up from rebooting my computer, and I'm going to click on them and they're all going to go to, don't y'all hate that? This is why I need to start using the app because this drives me nuts. Okay. I think that's it. We did it. And it's 7:01. Let's go listen to Dan. Thank you for being here. Y'all hit the like button and hit the follow button on Twitter at Charkaluri and use stop losses.